Hello class, welcome to Arjun English School. Today now I'm going to start uh, a last part for chapter number 3 company's final accounts in account subject. Here there is illustration number 14 where it includes the entire full-fledged P&L account as well as balance sheet, and here adjustments also given in the question like this. Okay, so before starting a sum you have to prepare a particular statement, that is uh, statement of P&L account as well as balance sheet. Okay, so now first of all we are preparing statement of P&L account here, and then after where sorry the formula format, that is revenue from operation, other income, total incomes, expenses. It includes the COGS, employees benefit, financial cost, depreciation, other expense, total expense. Then after profit before tax, provision for tax, profit after tax. This is the common format. Next one, that is balance sheet, where it includes equity and liability, shareholders fund, share capital, reserves and surplus, non-current liability where it is long-term borrowings, current liability, it includes trade payables, short-term provisions, total of this equity and liability. Next part, that is assets, non-current assets, that includes the fixed assets, non-current investment. In current investment, there are mainly six heads, where here there are only three heads that are presented. But in examination, we have to prepare the complete format. Okay, if there is no value, then we have to put the zero at the end of the question. So in current assets, it includes the inventory, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents, and finally the total of this. So this is the simple format. Now I am starting a sum. Like first of all, it is inventory. It has a debit balance. So this 1,10,000 inventory has a debit balance. So it is recorded in current assets as an inventory, and it is simply given in trial balance. So there is only single entry for each transactions. So debit balance we have recorded under the heading of current assets inventory for 1,10,000. Got it? Then after fixed assets. Fixed asset under where it is a tangible assets 8 lakh rupees. So in balance sheet asset side, fixed asset which shows the tangible asset for 8 lakh rupees. Next one, equity share capital. So now equity share capital is the part of equity and liability under the heading of shareholders fund. We have to present equity and liability for 5 lakh rupees. Next one, sales. Sales is a part of P&L account, statement of P&L account where revenue from operation it denotes for sales. So sales and other income both are the part of P&L account for 7,50,000 and 20,000. Got it? Then after employees benefit expense. Again, employees benefit expense is a part of P&L statement of P&L account, but it is the expense part. So now I am presenting the employees benefit in the statement of P&L account, employees benefit expense. Okay. Then after long-term borrowings. Long-term borrowing is the part of non-current liability. So under the heading of non-current liability, under the heading of equity and liability, there is a non-current liability where we have to present the long-term borrowings for 3,50,000 rupees like this. Okay. Then after finance cost, it is a part of P&L account. So in P&L account, we have to write under the heading of expense, finance expense like this. Okay. Then after there is a trade payable. Trade payable is a part of equity and liability, but under the heading of current liability. trade payable for 1 lakh rupees. Under the heading of current liability, there is a trade payable for 1 lakh rupees. Next, trade receivable, it is a part of current assets. Cash and cash equivalent, same way the part of current assets. So we have to present 40,000 and 60,000 under the asset side. Trade receivable as well as cash and cash equivalent for 40,000 and 60,000 under the head of current assets in asset side. Next one, depreciation and cost of goods sold. Both are the part of P&L account. 22,500 and 4 lakh depreciation for 22,500 and cost of goods sold, both are the part of P&L accounts. So this format that we have already prepared, we have to just put an amount from the question. Then after, non-current investment, it is a part of assets. So under the head of non-current assets, there is a non-current investment for 1,40,000. Non-current investment for 1,40,000. That's it. So we have completed the whole table that presented under the question, but here there is specific adjustment. This adjustment regarding provision for tax. So now this provision for tax that we have to present, but here it is the adjustment. So two entries for this provision for tax. Number one, first entry that is under the in the P&L account, provision for tax for 80,000 rupees, because there is adjustment. So two entries, first entry that is in P&L account for provision for tax, and second entry for current liability, short term provision in equity and liability. That's it. So finally, the entire sum that is we have completed. After completion of this entire sum, now we have to simply do a total, where first of all, statement of P&L account, where total of income that is in second column for 7,70,000. Then after, list of expenses, total of these all expenses 5,70,000, and the difference, that is profit before tax. It means income minus expense, means this 7,70,000 less 5,70,000. So we got 2 lakh rupees. Out of 2 lakh, 80,000 that is for provision for tax, deduct it, then we got the profit after tax 1,20,000. So here final profit, that is 1,20,000 for P&L account after deducting all expenses as well as tax. So now this profit, most important thing, this profit that we have to transfer to balance sheet under the heading of reserves and surplus. Okay, profit after tax that we have to transfer in balance sheet under the heading of equity and liability in reserves and surplus for 1,20,000 rupees. So now here it is for 1,20,000 rupees for that we call net profit. Okay, so now in balance sheet, total of first shareholders fund 620, non-current liabilities that is 3,50,000, current liability that is 1,80,000, and total of equity and liability 11,50,000. Okay, after complete this, now second part, that is for non-current assets, total of non-current assets 9,40,000, total of current assets 2,10,000, and total of these, that is 11,50,000. So finally, you can see that total of liabilities side as well as total of assets side are equal. If both are equal, then we can say that the entire sum that is correct. In examination, these types of question are almost these types of question they ask in the exam. So be ready for these types of exam and these types of question. And now finally the entire chapter that we have completed, and if you have any doubts, please contact here. Thank you.